Well, good evening, folks. Welcome back to the farm. Today's one of those days where I feel like I had the wind knocked out of my sails by a crystal ball. Seen it coming. Alberta was open for summer. Well, today the provincial government just pulled all that back and said, no. So anyways, right or wrong, I don't know what to do with that. It's depressing to take one step forward and two steps back every second day, it seems, but what do you do? It is what it is. So we're going to run off now and go catch us a donkey. That ought to cheer us up. So this here's my buddy Eeyore. Got him as it was a birthday present or an anniversary present for my wife a few years back. And he's bred our Jenny, Elsie, and she's obviously had baby Sven, and he's been with her now for a while. And unfortunately, sadly, it's time for this fella to find a new home where he can make use of all his talents. Isn't that right, Buster? Hey? Need to go find some girlfriends here soon. He's actually an amazing donkey. Leads really well. Not as stubborn as a lot of donkeys are. Very well mannered. But yeah, here we are in a drought year, feed shortage. Having to make some tough decisions, unfortunately. And all he does right now is create more mouths to feed. So time to put him. We're actually going to put him out in our south pasture for now. But because we got lots of ladies over here that definitely have no business spending time with him. I think tomorrow sometime, see how the day progresses, but we've got the sheep grazing over here on the lawn. I think I'm going to move the netting, and this is recovered quite nicely over here. So I'll probably put the netting back over here and let the sheep graze in here for a couple more days and let this rest for a little bit. To be honest, that won't even hurt my feelings at all, because right now I actually have to hop an electric fence to go feed the pigs, which, well, I'm kind of lazy and I usually don't turn it off. So once in a while I get a surprise somewhere I don't want a surprise. Well, now he's got about 30 some acres in this field here where he can roam free and do all kinds of donkey stuff. So go on with your bad self there, buddy. Go do donkey stuff. Well, now you know. Now you know what donkey stuff is. Anyways, that donkey move was more than it had to be. So we've got, this is our horse pasture here. And then last year we built these little, like one bigger kind of paddock and then two little pens. So it was just easier to catch and handle and work with the horses and the donkeys. But then when we turn them out loose out into the big field, we don't have a gate over here. So we got to bring them all the way out and through the yard, go across the yard, and usually run them straight south beside the pig pen. And there's a big gate there, but because this electric netting is up right now and the sheep are kind of grazing on the lawn there, they're occupying some pretty critical real estate. So I had to run them all the way across to the far west side of the farmyard and then down into the big field. And I'm looking over here and I'm thinking, man, oh man, I know Carmen's mentioned it a few times. How convenient would it be if we just had a gate right there? They could just come in and, come and go as they please. If this field ever got tired, which, it has, definitely. Even this year you can see it's tired. We could turn the horses loose in that big 30-acre field and, well, they'd get fat. That's one downside to it. But it sure would be handy to be able to turn them loose in there and let this field rest a little bit at least. So maybe, just maybe, because I got some extra gates, that might just find its way onto my list of things to do. So here's our stack of gates, and I'm looking at this. We got a couple 6-footers actually over there. 6-foot would be really handy because you just like a little man gate, right? Just go in and go out, close the gate, no big deal, right? But then, well, if you ever need to get the side-by-side through, well, that 6-footer doesn't give you a lot of room. So, maybe we'll just put an 8 on there. Well, heck, we're going to put an 8 on there. What if I ever need to get the tractor in there? Well, I'm not going to get the tractor through anything less than a 10-foot gate if I'm dragging anything behind it. So, looks like I got two 10-footers there. Both look like they got good hinges on them. Might just be the answer. Anyways, the potential future location of gates is by far not the most exciting thing to happen on the farm today. No, it is garlic season. Yes, that's right. I picked up some garlic today. I've never actually grown garlic. that I'm very excited about. Pickling and canning and things like that. And garlic's going to be top of my list for next year. So we're looking to plant here soon. And I was just reading this one and reading the back, and it says, yeah, plant normal garden soil 2 to 3 inches apart, keep about 8 inches between the rows, and just cover, so they're just covered with soil. Plant in the spring or as soon as the soil can be prepared at the beginning of summer. Well, everything else I've read aside from these instructions tells me that this is false. They should actually be planted September to October and then covered with a mulch layer, which is right up my alley. And I'm over here looking at the Mouse Miracle Garden. So our sunflowers that we planted late just to see if they would grow from the black oil sunflower seed that we feed the chickens, they come up nicely. But like I said, they were late, so we're not going to get much in the way of flowers from them. They're just heading out here now. And then the spinach that we had here, the chickens really enjoyed that, as well as the carrot heads. They definitely chewed the tops off the carrots. The pumpkins, however, the pumpkins are doing fantabulous. They absolutely are doing amazing stuff. They've kind of taken over a little bit, but that's okay. I'm excited to see how they turn out. But yeah, so this is where we're going to plant our garlic this year. And yeah, I've got lots. I've got like 4 bags of this stuff. So we're going to have lots of garlic for next year. So pretty excited about that. I made the big rookie mistake though earlier today when I was in town. I'd heard that Foster Seed and Feed had this garlic, so I stopped by there. Like I said, I grabbed 4 bags, and that was like 2 o'clock this afternoon, and I've left it sitting in my truck all day in the sun, because it's actually been a pretty nice day today. So now it smells like a garlic surprise in there, and I'm thinking, there's no rain in the forecast, I'm thinking I should probably leave the windows open. Maybe spray some air freshener in there, because as much as I like the smell of garlic, if you're driving around all day, it will wear on you for sure. And I don't think everywhere I go I want to smell like garlic. So exciting news about the old Massey tractor here. Hasn't had a flat tire in like 7 months. It's feeling a little nostalgic today, so just decided to get a flat tire while it's just sitting there parked. No other reason. Well, that's gonna be fun. Anyways, I got my bucket of pig feed here. I'm gonna try and do the old Olympic hurdle over that electric fence without shutting it off, and hopefully I don't poach the boys. All right, here goes nothing. 1 over, 2 over, and the bucket. Success. Well, I came into the pig pen here this morning to give them some water. Left the garden hose on, forgot all about it. Well, they had a time. It looks like they had a pretty good time. So, and their water trough is empty. So we'll go ahead and yank that back. See if we can get this filled up and cleaned out. And well, looks like they got their own amusement park for a few days. The pigs today, they're having some slop, a little bit of barley, a little bit of eggs. And they enjoy that royally, I tell you. We've actually had a few folks ask about feeding eggs to the pigs, and is that, like, what's the point of that? Well, yeah, every once in a while we come up with an egg that's misshapen. You're gonna sell that egg, or, I mean, you're just gonna raise a bunch of questions, right? We just talked about that the other day. Wrinkly eggs, and what's wrong with my egg? And, well, we know it's good, but you put it in a container and sell it, it's gonna raise questions for somebody else. Just chuck it in the bin, it goes to the pigs. Same with any cracked ones, or if we do have a surplus, rather than see them go to waste, they can just go to the pigs. And some folks have said, well, isn't that itself a waste? Well, no, it's actually like a pure protein shake going to the pigs. So that's exactly what we want, believe it or not. Well, anyway, I think now's as good a time as any to run off and go fetch myself up a cup of tea. So I'll let you go for now. I hope you have a fantastic evening, and we'll see you tomorrow.